Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the original web series Walk and Talk by Blended Sense. I'm your host, president and co-founder Albert Baez. Today we are walking downtown Georgetown, and this is my first time here. What a beautiful scenery, very calm and quaint. And my guest today, I am so excited to introduce him. He is someone who is built his business really on integrity, on loyalty, networking, and community, has a family-owned business, and is faith-driven. So I cannot wait to dive in with our guest today, Mr. Starsky Owen.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Man, so
I'm
blessed.
excited to be here with you.
Absolutely, me too, man. Thank you for having us in your neck of the woods.
Great night to be out doing this too.
Yeah, so tell the audience a little bit about yourself. Tell us, how long you've been in real estate. The Starsky Owen team. Tell us a little bit about that. Let's start there.
Sure. I've been a real estate investor for probably over 20 years now.
Nice.
I got my real estate license, about 6 years. Dove into real estate full time.
Okay.
At that point, left the corporate world, and so we've been selling real estate and doing real estate investing. We've been flipping homes as well. So for the last 6 years, so it's been good.
That's amazing. I know right now the audience is thinking, how was he doing real estate investing before he got his real estate license? So give us some insight on that and what that world looked like, before you got your license.
Right. So we started buying rental homes.
Okay.
My wife and I, early on, our first one was the house we bought after we first got married, had our first kid in, and then we moved. We just said, let's keep this as a rental. That's the cheapest way to get a property.
Yeah.
So we did that, and we got the bug. And so then we started trying to acquire properties as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And we acquired a few rentals and did that, and we just managed those properties. We flipped the home, and then that was pretty much the extent of it until we decided, hey, we're gonna go into real estate full time. My wife and I are both entrepreneurs. I had a corporate job for 16 years and got used to the steady paycheck, and so I always had side hustles, trying to do something to scratch that itch, and so I finally in 2016 took the leap and said, hey, we're doing this. And so it's been good. It's been good.
Man, 20 years in the business, that's a lot of experience.
Yeah.
And I love that you and your wife dove into this thing together. I can relate to that. My wife and I started our own business, and we run it with the core value of us coming together, right? And so, tell us a little bit about that. I know for us early on, we got some pushback from investors and like, hey, husband and wife team, I don't know about that, right?
Right.
And so we've had our own challenges as we've grown in business together. But tell me a little bit about your experience building a family-owned business.
Yeah, family-owned business. It's one of those things where, it's got its upsides and its challenges, right?
Yeah.
It's working with my wife has been one of the joys of it. She adds so much, and I think we complement each other really well. And there's plenty of challenges. I mean, you got to figure out how to cut off the work. We can work 24 hours a day almost. And so
especially post-pandemic too, right?
Yeah,
the blur of the lines of like, are we at the office?
I had to get an office. I can't work from home. It's like if I work from home, it's like we never stop. It's like I'm gonna get out for a little while, get away. And so, but no, it's been great. Like to work with my family. My wife, not only my wife, but my brother works for us as well. And so I think one of the greatest benefits of it is the trust factor. It's like I trust these guys, I trust them. And so when we try to build a business with integrity and treat people, and we're in a people business, we're in real estate, but we're really in a people business, and we work with people, and we want people to be able to trust us, and so I got to be able to trust the people that I'm working with. If they're a representation of me, an extension of me, I want to be able to trust them. And so, my brother and my wife, like, man, I trust them. I trust them for sure.
That's such a big part. And you know, the thing is, especially as you just mentioned, in a people business, is that a lot of I'm sure your clients are families themselves, right?
Right.
And they can probably relate to that, and appreciate that, and understand that perspective. And so I think that's super cool, and actually an edge more than anything else.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. That's awesome. Talk to us a little bit about the challenges of building a family-owned business.
The challenges. So the challenges are, I think in the workplace, when you're not related, most people have, you know, you mind your P's and your Q's, and you kind of control your tongue. Yeah. And so with a family, it's like, you know, your guard's down, you know, your family. And so we have to, and so there's those relationship dynamics. You know, I have a wife and a brother who both work for me, and are with me, and you know, trying to sometimes play the middleman and make sure everyone is getting along, playing nice in the sandbox. And the great thing is they work well. I mean, they're good, solid people, and so that makes it easy. But you know, that is a dynamic that you don't necessarily hold outside of the family. You know, it's like trying to make sure, because we're all gonna have Christmas together, we're gonna have Thanksgiving together. So hopefully we're getting along and not burning each other out, working with each other all day long.
Yeah, no man, that's so relatable for sure. That's awesome, and I love. There's another piece to your business that I personally really appreciate. And you know, again, this is another thing that some people might look at it as a challenge or a crutch, right? But I think it's such a powerful edge, and that's the faith-driven dynamic. And I know you're pretty transparent about your faith and you guys as a team, and I've even heard team members of yours express how much they love that and how they sought that out and are working with you because they value that. And so, you know, most people in the workplace running a business don't tend to bring that to the forefront or include that in the workplace. How has that benefited y'all, and like, how do you think about, you know, leading a business with a faith-driven initiative and core to it?
So really, this is the crux. I mean, you know, I named our brokerage Remax Core, and Core really it's an acronym for Christ over real estate. And so that's I got into real estate because I wanted to do ministry, and so I was in the corporate world. I thought about going into vocational ministry. There was not really a spot at my church to do that, and so when I started to leave, I was like, what's something that I'm passionate about, but that I can do and be with people. And it's easy for me to do ministry. And so real estate is, like I said, it's a people business. So I'm with people all day long. And the more I'm with people, the more it helps my business. But really, like, the more I'm with people, the more I get to talk about Jesus. And so, and what I'm constantly trying to help my team connect with is, we're all in this, what we call marketplace ministry. Our business is here to glorify God. And so even though I'm the one that's meeting the people, and when I'm meeting with people, I can assure you I'm talking about Jesus at some point, that the fact that they're the ones responding to emails, the ones that are swinging the hammers, the ones that are doing the things that keep our business operating so that I can go out and be with people. Like, it's all a concerted effort, a collective effort to do marketplace ministry. And so,
you can't tell, I just got some chills, little goosebumps here.
Well, praise God that I get to do this. I feel so blessed that, you know, I get to be, like, I'm sitting across having coffee multiple times a week with people, and, you know, get to encourage them, get to pray with people a lot, get to hear, you know, the struggles that they have, get to hear their needs and see how we can solve their problems and meet their needs, serve them in some way. I mean, these are things like, this is what I get passionate about. You know, it's like, thankfully, you know, we were able to sell some houses that pay the bills, but it's like, it's the people, it's being with the people. How can I pray for you? How can I help you? How can I get you, you know, make sure that you are, you know, you're spending lots of money. This is one of the biggest assets you'll probably ever buy. You're very emotional about it, I'm sure, because that's what money and real estate does. And so how can I help calm anxiety? How can I give you peace throughout the process? How can I allow this to be as stressful. Well, how do I say it? How can I minimize the stress level for you as we go through this?
Yeah.
And so I want to make sure I'm operating with integrity, building trust by them, and my team they get behind it and they love it. And it really all starts with, how do we operate our lives? We all get behind what the Bible says to how we're supposed to live, what God has given us. And so we just follow that model. And so many people they think, well, I got church on Sunday, that's one bucket of my life. I got work during the week. I got family life at home. I've got sports. I've got all these different buckets. And they're one way at this place, one way here, one way here. And I just don't believe that's true. I believe that God is the center, the hub. And that's how I spend my time, whether I'm at work or at home or on the basketball court, in the coffee shop, wherever. It all depends on how the Lord tells me to live. He tells me to live in certain ways, and he's given me purpose for living. He's given me a purpose for how my time is supposed to be spent. And so I try to do that in all aspects, and business is separated from that.
Man, that is so powerful, brother. I'm so happy that the audience got to hear that and experience that. Be bold. Be bold with whatever it is you believe in, right? And bring that forward, because at the end of the day, not only are you helping people through this massive part in their life, right? With understanding who they are, coming with this faith approach, right? And praying for them, my gosh. But you're also attracting the right people, I'm sure. Right? And that's such a key component that I think leading with your values at the forefront of any business you're running makes such an impact, right? So, man, I love that. Thank you so much for being with us today, Starsky.
Man.
This has been
awesome.
You.
Thank
you for bringing me up to Georgetown.
Absolutely.
I thought I was going to hit Dallas on the way up here, but
you had to stop and fill up.
But I'm really, really grateful that I got to walk and talk with you today.
Yeah, man.
How can the audience find you if they want to connect with you? If there's a real estate professional out there coming up in the ranks and wants to connect with you about running a family-owned business, faith-driven business, how do they get in touch?
So our website is starskyowen.com. They can go there. Instagram is Starsky Owen Team. Facebook, Starsky Owen Team. You can find us on YouTube, Starsky Owen Team. But any of those avenues. But
so cool. Thank you guys for joining us on another episode of the Blended Sense Walk and Talk. Remember, be bold, especially in the things you believe in. Bring that to the forefront in your business and watch how you flourish. Again, remember to get up and walk and talk, boost that creativity, and we cannot wait to see you on the next episode of the Blended Sense Walk and Talk. Thank you so much.